A true material 3D virtual simulated reality. Physical proof for a grand intersection theory. This has been an idea that I've talked about probably once or twice before in my videos, but I've tried to come up with some better graphics to illustrate the idea better. And in the description, I try to describe it better, or analogies to it. But here it goes. This is an outside observer. It's a guy. It's a silhouette, not a very good silhouette. But I used it for this purpose. And the female inside, Bob and Alice, I guess, that's the usual characters that's named in the theories. Alice inside, she was a better silhouette vector, or whatever it's called. I copied it offline and used it in this graphic. But she's inside this bulk lattice scaffolding matrix. It's a physical avatar within the matrix. It's not a real person. It's possibly made out of smaller units, similar, I guess, to atoms or molecules or something, just some basic unit. But the problem concerning this idea is to have it to move about freely. This bulk mass that creates the female avatar, her physical form inside this matrix, to have it move about along the scaffolding of the matrix freely, just as easily as this guy can walk outside this matrix in our own space. This matrix space, the scaffolding, is like I compare it to an extended bulk TV screen. You can't take the person out, the avatar, just like you can't take an image off a TV screen. You can't pull the image off the TV screen. Well, this is like a bulk TV screen. And you can't take the person out without destroying the person in the matrix itself, or a part of the matrix. Because the person is a part of the matrix. It runs about on the rails or whatever system you want to consider, some sort of a track system inside, with so many degrees of freedom. In our space, we have, I guess, I assume an infinite degree of freedom. Inside a matrix like this, at least a primitive form, it would be a lot less than infinite degrees of freedom. But the goal towards this material 3D virtual simulated reality is to increase the degrees of freedom in which this mass of units that make up the bulk of the avatar body can travel through the physical simulated virtual reality. You can also think of it like an aquarium, like this bulk scaffolding matrix lattice system is like an aquarium, and the lady inside could be the fish, and trying to take the fish out of the water would destroy the water and the fish. The TV and the image are one, the fish and the aquarium are one, and but this I don't think this hasn't been done before, probably not even thought of before. But if you wanted a true physical video game, say, to witness a physical avatar, it wouldn't be a real person. It would be an avatar of a person or a creature or whatever sort of character that exists inside a video game. This is the bulk realization of a physical video game in our world. embedded in our world, in our outside space. Um, Now, if you can control the movement of all those tiny elements that make up the bulk of this avatar, you can move this physical avatar character through this bulk space. And you could probably change the background scenery. You could probably give this section only a background scenery where the person can witness them walking through a moving treadmill type scenery, where the person can walk but the scenery would actually be moving. Or you can have the person move to some extent within this area, but they can't walk out, so you have to have the background scenery to move like a treadmill or a rolling animation or something. But in order to see inside, you have to have the opening, at least to some extent, maybe one whole corner of the box or of the bulk open for viewing. And I don't know how the visuals would work actually. Could a person over here see inside this and have an image come through here in the bottom or top or whatever without obstructing this person's view? I'm not really too sure about that, but the main goal is to have an avatar that can move about in as much degrees of freedom as possible to realistically portray an actual physical character. And I consider this some sort of physical resolution, the degrees of freedom in which this mass of units that make up the bulk of this avatar body is its physical resolution in this matrix space. Bulk lattice scaffolding matrix. And it's just as much as part of the bulk extended TV screen, I guess, if you want to consider it like that, as the TV screen itself. You try to take out the person or the avatar of the person, you destroy the screen itself. If you wanted to take the fish out of the aquarium, you would destroy the fish and the aquarium itself. So, what does this have to do with a grand intersection theory? I believe more in intersections than I do in string theory, and I believe that if you go to the root of all reality, you'll find that we exist in some sort of infinite dimensional or infinite degrees of freedom space with our intersections, our own intersections, physical intersections intersecting with the scaffolding of our backdrop space-time, our bulk space-time, or our bulk reality, whatever's at the root of space-time. I believe more in intersections and all the different forms, visual, physical, and so on. Whatever intersections there could be, a grand intersection theory, where all intersections find their root in some sort of a collection of a set of intersections. Mathematical, physical, visual, light, matter, math ideas, I believe. Well, I hope I presented my case for this. And this is something that's yet to be done, I believe. So, thanks a lot.